Hey everybody, welcome to Autism and Us chat here with myself from Autism Advocate Parenting Magazine. I'm excited to be here and I just want to thank Autism and Us for having me on every other week. We just love to share tips with autism parents of things that can help you with your child. And I'm going to try really hard this week to be able to answer questions as they pop up because I don't think I see the questions after the fact. So I'll be paying attention to both, and I kind of got two screens going here. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them into the chat and I will try to answer them as we go along. But today's topic that we wanted to focus on is transitioning to adulthood as well as life skills for your child on the spectrum and what that looks like. And so I'm going to be drawing from one of the articles that we published not too long ago in Autism Advocate Parenting Magazine, and that is from Dr. Amy Duncan, and it's entitled Transitioning to Adulthood. And I think a lot of parents traditionally think that that happens at 18 years of age or after high school graduation, but it actually differs for every single family. And kind of where your child is on the spectrum. And it's more commonly occurring now after college graduation or when the child turns 26 and they're no longer on their parents' health insurance plan. So that applies specifically for the United States. But we are seeing it sometimes at older ages. And so it's really important to start preparing your child. She suggests, Dr. Amy Duncan suggests, at the ages of 10 or 11. And when your child masters one skill, to go on and teach them the next skill. And so in this article, hi Fox, so I am seeing comments here. We see that Dr. Duncan gives us some really amazing tips for us as parents and how we can help our child transition or start to really learn those life skills that they're going to need early into adulthood. Now, she does share with us that, there are a lot of parents out there that thrive on checklists. So if you're a checklist parent, that's probably something that you want. I'm kind of a checklist parent when it comes to making sure that we're mastering certain skills for my son. And there's lots out there to help. In fact, in her article, she includes a really comprehensive one. Maybe I'll go over it at the end. But not all families are really ready for that level of detail. So she suggests actually a more functional approach, which is really just kind of taking a week and writing down every single thing you do for your child currently, and then to categorize it into three categories. So the first category is things you completely do for your child 100%, that your child is still learning. The other category is things that your child partially does themselves. So they've mastered this skill partially, but you still have to, assist them with it. And then skills that they've already mastered. So for example, if they set their alarm clock in the morning, but you need to go and wake them up to help them get out of bed. So even getting down to that level of detail, but just really just taking a week, looking everything you do for your child throughout the day. And that's why a week is really good, because some days are different, right? Depending on what your child's schedule is. And just writing down that list and then categorizing it. And then what Dr. Duncan suggests is that after you've assembled your list, you pick 2 to 3 items to work on with your child at a time until they've mastered it. And then also to reward your child along the way. Oh. Got a phone call in there on the way. I should have blocked that, sorry. And so really rewarding your child for working hard. And that could be anything that resonates with your family. It could be taking your child out for ice cream, or staying up late for a movie, or maybe it's money, or maybe it's, buying them a new video game. Really, you're going to know what best suits your family and the reward for your child and what is going to be motivating for them as a reward for learning a new skill. Dr. Duncan also goes on to share steps that you would transition your child through. So not necessarily only life skills, but how you would deal with healthcare, how you would deal with management of money, as well as further education, whether college or university is an option for your child. And there are supports for children on the spectrum that would like to go to college or university, and she outlines those in her article, as well as, of course, independent living, what we were talking about, those life skills that you need to be able to survive on your own, or maybe you're in a group home, or you're with a roommate. So just some basic things that you need to be able to do to function in adulthood. So it is quite comprehensive. The article, the list of resources that she gives, as well as the checklist. Maybe I'll just kind of go over some of the life skills checklists that she has. I don't know. I haven't actually tested sharing my screen. Maybe I'm going to see if I can share my screen here, if I have the ability to do that. Okay, I don't think so. I'll test that next time. But I'll just share with you some of the checklists. And actually, I'll mention here too, I will check back if you want to email admin at autismadvocateparentingmagazine.com, or I don't think people probably want to drop their emails in the comment section, but if you want to send off an email, I'm happy to get our administrative to send you off the life skills checklist for teenagers with autism. But it goes through these categories just to give you an idea. So cleanliness and personal hygiene skills. So it's got a checklist under there. Health skills, dressing skills, money or budgeting skills, cooking or food skills, transportation safety, organization skills, communication skills, social skills and manners, safety skills, driving and auto maintenance skills, navigational skills, behavioral skills, coping with emotions, work employability skills, problem solving skills, decision-making skills, and time management skills. So those are just the headings of the different things within the checklist. And as I mentioned, Dr. Duncan said that, a checklist is not necessarily the approach for every family. So just taking that week and writing things down, you'll really be able to understand what it is exactly you do for your child that you can help them with. But as I mentioned, there are certain things that you need to know how to handle for when your child is transitioning to adulthood, aside from life skills. And I love how she includes those as well as other resources in her article. For those of you that don't currently subscribe to Autism Advocate Parenting Magazine, I will mention that Autism and Us has a special discount code just for the community alone, where you get an incredible discount on a monthly or annual subscription, and you get a bunch of freebies, surprise freebies and articles and things in your account online when you register for a subscription. So you can check that out at www.autismadvocateparentingmagazine.com/autism and us. And just so you know, the coupon code is autism and us, all one word, all capitals. Just use that same coupon code and then you get the freebies as well as the incredible discount. And 25% goes back to Autism and Us, their charity, to help with their initiatives with autism, which is wonderful. I will mention in our premium subscription, so I see a comment here. Oh my gosh, I wish I could do that. I'm an overthinker. So making a list for both my children would give me so much anxiety and mom guilt. Yeah, so there's some people that just want those checklists already ready to go. And others, you want to, maybe that's overwhelming. You just kind of want to start by looking at what you do for your child. I will mention in our premium subscription, you actually get access to all back issues as well as all the articles, and it's updated monthly. And we actually have an article directory where if you want to see all the articles on transitioning to adulthood and life skills for your child, you can go to that category section and you can see all the different articles in relation to that. And we've got some great ones. We've got Dr. Temple Grandin that wrote an article, Dr. Jay Burke, a few articles, Dr. Jacob Dent, Dr. Tracy Loy Masterson, Dr. Eric Enlich, numerous different articles from top doctors and professionals in the field that talk about this topic specifically. And some are geared more towards, if your child has a potential to go to college or university, they're on the spectrum and they need some assistance, they've got lots of information in there for you. Or if your child, when they're transitioning to adulthood, is more suited for employment, we've got lots of articles on employment and transitioning your child or your teenager to adulthood and employment. And then, of course, all the life skills that they would need to know to either live independently or to be more I can't even think of the word for some reason. More so able to do things themselves without necessarily the parents' involvement or help. So I really appreciate everybody that's tuning in, watching this now or watching after the fact. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of information on starting your child. And remember, the earlier you can start, so around 10 or 11, it will be a lot easier for your child to transition to adulthood, employment, college, whatever it may be in the future. So thanks again for having me on, and have a great Tuesday.